In this video, we're going to look at the area in Frog that we use to store the Frog pages that make up the subject area in Frog for the students and users to look at and to go to get resources from, to support you in lessons, and for students and users to use as a reference. So to start with, I'm going to go down to the subjects grid and just pick ICT as an example. This has taken us through to a partially built ICT page, which is still a work in progress. But what we're looking at here is a Frog page. And as you can see over here, we've got 3 buttons. Lessons would be something that was clicked and used by probably a member of staff in a lesson that would display resources that would be used on a whiteboard or to support the lesson. Could also be used for students to remind themselves of concepts taught within lessons. A homework area, a place to put files, PowerPoints, PDFs, and hopefully interactive homeworks that would allow the student to get onto Frog, do something on the computer, and then you better see how they've done. And a reference area, and this would hold things that would allow the student to look back if they were doing revision, or if they were having a particular problem with some homework, or they needed a reminder of a certain concept. They'd be able to look here, and there would be information about your subject. And it's also good for parents because they can also use this area to support their child when helping them with homework. For some other examples of some what Frog pages can be used for, we've got the music department up here, which has got information about their clubs, same for PE. And we also have a French area that has been worked on, and here we're actually looking at the different French groups, and each one has got sort of homework sheets here. So as you can see, Frog pages are very versatile, and they are the bread and butter of Frog, and they are what allow you to present resources to the users and students. So we're going to come back to the home page, and we're just going to look at where all these Frog pages are kept. If we go down to the Files button on the menu at the bottom, on the left hand side of the page, once this is loaded, we'll have a number of options, but we're going to pick Frog Shared and expand that by clicking the arrow and down to Subjects. If you click Subjects, it will allow you to get into the area where all of the files that we've just been looking at are held. Now in this area, we've got a folder for each subject, as well as some folders that have odd names that we use for various bits and pieces of the subjects area. There is also a page for each subject, and as well as that, there are some bits and pieces like templates. These pages here you don't need to worry about. They are there to allow a standard look across the subjects area. The real place that you need to be interested in, if you're going to be building pages, if you're interested in building pages, is the folder of the subject or the subjects that you choose. Now we looked at the ICT page first, so if we jump into here, so here we are in the ICT folder, and we can see a number of images, because these are all image files. The ICT department have decided they'd like to structure their files and their Frog pages by year. You may choose to do this differently. You may choose to do it by attainment group. That's up to you. And down here we've got another template, and we've got a menu file. So there's going to be lots of different things in these areas, but the main thing that you want to be focusing on, okay, are these Frog pages, and that is just a document with a frog in the middle. This one says ICT Home, and I'm going to open it up and we'll have a look at what it looks like. So here's the Frog page that we've just been looking at. Notice that the top and the bottom bars are gone. That's because I'm editing only this Frog page. And if I go to the red edit button, I can open it up, and now I can see the areas that I'm allowed to edit. I'm going to exit out of this because we're not going to talk about editing Frog pages today. I'm going to go back to the subjects area and just really finish with this video by saying that although this may look intimidating, really the way to remember this is that the subjects area is where the structure and the pages that are used to present resources are stored, and the school departments area is the place where the actual resources are stored. So any page within here, when you present a resource to the student, the page in here points to a resource in the school department's area. Again, if you're not interested in building frog pages, then this video may seem a little bit complicated to you, or might not be useful to you, but it's important to understand the way that we have decided to set this up.